Guys, what's up? And welcome back. Quality Shot Tennis. Today we've got TIAFOE taking on Davidovich FOKINA in Miami. How are you guys doing? We've got an early round matchup, which I think is exciting. FOKINA's played some good tennis on hard courts to start off this year. And Francis is always fun to watch in front of a home crowd. Could be interesting. So welcome in. Guys joining in. Hey, Lexi, what's up? How are you doing, my friend? How are you doing? I just got off of a film shoot with a buddy of mine, who I knew a long time ago from theater, and we're filming a film project for school, so that's what I was just doing. And now I decided to live stream for the first time in a while because this is fun. And this is a really good match. I don't know who's going to win. Draper, Alki, Medi out. Yikes. Yeah. Medvedev out to Munar. Medvedev makes history as the first world number one ever to lose to Munar 6-2, 6-3. I don't have to look up that stat. I know it's true. It's not something that I would expect to happen at all with the player. I mean, listen, Munar is great. Okay. Munar can play some okay tennis, but Medvedev has been world number one. So that is not a loss that should be happening. Draper, I've been saying I take that loss less about Draper and more about Menzik. Draper's tired. Menzik, I've been saying Menzik is much better than almost anybody thinks he is. Like, he's going to do big things. I've been saying that. I think he's like the fourth active player to have more wins against ATP players than losses. The only other three players are Djokovic, Sinner, and Alcaraz. So shout out to Menzik. Draper 6-6. Oh no. Yeah, Mans is tired. Film shoot. Wow. Hell yeah. Yeah, pretty basic so far, but I'm excited. I'm starting to do the thing. I wanna make films, so it's exciting. Second serve here, TIAFOE. Serve to FOKINA's forehand. It's a chip. Forehand of TIAFOE goes to forehand of FOKINA. Forehand of TIAFOE, cross court, that's in the net. I'm taking FOKINA in 3 sets. Let me know your prediction. I'm taking FOKINA for the upset, if you'd even called an upset. I just think FOKINA's honestly been playing better tennis than TIAFOE. I mean, it's that simple. I might be wrong. I literally think that if you take them 1-to-1, I literally think FOKINA has been playing better tennis than TIAFOE. Don't even mean that as a harsh thing on TIAFOE. FOKINA has been playing really well. 2 finals in a row. I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at. Let me know what you guys think. Backhand down the middle goes to the forehand of FOKINA. Forehand of TIAFOE. That's going to go out. Love 40. I was going to make a draw predictions for Miami, which I never did. But I actually did not predict Alcaraz to win this. I said Fritz was going to win the tournament. I was telling somebody that I just had a gut feeling that Alcaraz was going to go out early. I don't know why. I didn't like how Alcaraz lost pretty easy sets in Miami, like 6-1 to Draper. He lost to Lehechka after winning Rotterdam. Just things seemed off for him still. And I don't know, last year in Miami, he kind of lost easily to Dimitrov. For me, I think either Dimitrov or Fritz is going to win this tournament. I'm taking Fritz. That was my pick from the start of the tournament. Great backhand cross court from TIAFOE. Now forehand inside out. Forehand down the middle goes to the forehand of FOKINA. Backhand cross court TIAFOE goes to the backhand of FOKINA. Forehand of TIAFOE. Cross. Drop shot FOKINA. It's in the net. It's a wrong shot. He was well in that rally. It's all right. 15-40. Shelton 2. Yeah, to Coleman Wong. So it's been a while, but looking good. Hey, I appreciate it. Appreciate it. As I fix my hair. TIAFOE just faded out. FOKINA, yeah, he was doing great, right? U.S. Open semifinal for like the 3rd time, I think. 2nd time, maybe. FOKINA should win an ATP long overdue. Yeah, exactly. Hey, how's it going, Joe? Joe Mama. Joe Mama in the house. All 4 men's Indian Wells semifinalists are out of Miami. That's outrageous. I didn't even consider that, Faison. Because that's right, isn't it? That is correct. Medvedev, Draper. Yeah, that's so weird. ATP tennis is so inconsistent these days. Backhand from Fokina cross court is a great shot. Good depth, good angle on it. And TIAFOE misses the backhand. Slice into the net. 1-0 for Fokina. Yeah, ATP tennis, I mean, people used to say WTA is inconsistent, but look at ATP. WTA is also a little bit inconsistent. But the ATP is the king of inconsistency right now. It's just the truth. It's just the facts. I didn't even think about that until you said it, Faison. But that's true. All of the 4 semifinalists are out. Runa's out. Medvedev's out. Both of them out easy. Alcaraz out to Goffin. Draper out to Mensik. Could be like, I guess if the people who beat Runa and Draper make the final, then it's going to be Riley Opelka versus Jakub Mensik in the final. I guess it's not the least, like, I'd be more surprised if like Coleman Wong makes the final. Riley Opelka is kind of a crazy player. He beat Djokovic in straight sets earlier this year. Jakub Mensik, like I said, I just think is better than people give him credit for, or is going to be better than people give him credit for, but I'd still be quite the final. All right, 1-0. Good start here for Fokina. I had a chance to interview Fokina one-on-one in Atlanta last year. You can see that video on the channel. That was interesting. I was nervous for Fokina. I don't know. There's like I don't know. He was very nice, and then like once we got into the interview, he was like so like serious, like all of a sudden, and it kind of caught me off guard. But yeah, I got a chance to interview him for like 3.5 minutes, and he was cool. One of the most athletic players on tour. He's really not got a glaring weakness, in my opinion, outside of the mental game. Backhand from Fokina goes out, so 2-0. In a way, it kind of reminds me of Talon Griekspoor, but that's the thing. If you can't consistently find ways to win in the big matches, then you're going to be number 20 through 35 in the world. Doesn't matter how good you are. Those 2 players are pretty good examples of it. Serve from the American. TIAFOE is an ace down the tee. 15-love. $30 here for Big Foe. TIAFOE not having that much success recently. Would love to have this under the belt. Starting off a run here early in Miami. TIAFOE's been to 1 Masters final in the past. Got to the, what was it, Cincinnati? Or Canada? Cincinnati, I think. Yeah, Cincinnati final last year. Yeah, Rublev got to beat Sinner in Montreal and then lost to Poprin. And then, yeah, Cincinnati, Sinner beat TIAFOE. It's looking for a 2nd Masters final and a 1st Masters title. But Novak, Casper, Emma, Ila Fonseca. Yes. I never even heard of Ila, but that's great that she could win. And that's a big win too. But yeah, it's cool to have a player from the Philippines actually doing pretty well. So getting that representation in, right? Oh, this is 1K2. What? I mean, it shouldn't be. After Miami moved from Key Biscayne, it's essentially like a 500 tournament. Maybe even a 250. I don't like Miami and the Hard Rock. I don't even like the colors of the seats or the court. I am just not a fan altogether. In Key Biscayne, everything about the tournament was amazing. Everything about it. Even the sites near the courts, like people loved it in Key Biscayne. The courts looked awesome. The tournament was always amazing every year. Since it's turned to Miami, I mean, they've got these giant football stadiums that are not made for tennis. You've got pickleball as part of the event somewhere else. You've got loud stuff going on. You've got a weird looking court where the colors are like too ugly and light and don't even contrast that well to each other. Like it's a light blue with a dark blue, and the seats are all wrong, and the stadiums aren't made for tennis. Like I said, it's really a much bigger stadium, like so much bigger, like 75,000 seats or something. It's been modified for tennis, and it just doesn't work. The event is not great at this point, in my opinion. I honestly wouldn't mind, personally, like rethinking the schedule. Like rethinking the schedule and adding more clay courts for South American Clay Court Masters. Obviously, you can't make it a Masters every week. If we were to take one away, I wouldn't mind considering starting with Miami. Miami can be great. Let's go back to Key Biscayne. Miami can be great. I mean, it's a good tournament, obviously. It's an important tournament. It's a historic tournament. But I don't know. I've just been getting frustrated with the tournament as it is now in Hard Rock. Ela is U.S. Open Juniors Champ 2022, I think. I'd never seen her play. What are your thoughts on the scheduling chaos earlier? Anthony, catch me up. What chaos? I didn't see that, to be honest. I know, right? I think the Tennis Association needs to rearrange the slams and the 1,000 events. Yes. And there's no grass 1KY. Yeah, I always say that. There needs to be a grass 1,000, 100%. Halle wants to have it. If not Halle, find another place. I mean, Newport is no longer a 250. Make that an 1,000. I don't know. In fact, you can, make it a grass tournament in March, instead of Miami. People are in the United States anyway. I don't know. It's pretty far anyway, but anyway, my point is, I mean, you could do it. Forehand of TIAFOE, cross court, forehand, backhand TIAFOE off of, that's a bad shot choice from FOKINA. That's the other thing. It's just like tennis IQ and just mental game. It's just not there, which I guess one the same, but that's not there. Tactics and mental strength. It's just not FOKINA's bread and butter as much as a backhand and a forehand. And that's one of those shots. Like, he found a way to be pretty much in that rally, and he just goes for a shot he'd make 1 out of 100 times. Like, when he makes it, great, but I mean, unfortunately, most of the time you're left with the other 99 out of 100 times where he misses it. It's all about percentages. Backhand's going to go out from TIAFOE. Good backhand hitting from FOKINA, though. He does have a great backhand. Queens is way too small. I think that's fair. Yeah, that's what I hear about Queens, but Halle could definitely, build a few more courts, and then they'll be good to go. If you don't like Halle, I think there are other options. I mean, Newport has so many grass courts. I mean, I would definitely think they could do it at Newport, and that would be amazing. They have the Hall of Fame there. It's so historic. It's so nice. I was there last year in September. It's so nice. We need a grass tournament. I mean, for every reason. It just makes the season so disjointed that we have the only big grass tournament is Wimbledon, and it's just not right. Just weird. To me, it's so weird to me as a tennis fan. It would make it so much better. It's a bad forehand miss. Very similar to the unforced error a couple points ago. 30-40. TIAFOE with a break point early. More to do with FOKINA not playing well than TIAFOE playing well. Not very high quality stuff so far. Alas, we're at 2-1, 30-40. What do you guys think about the PTPA thing, by the way? I'm thinking I might make a video on it. Look more into it and then make a video on it. It's a backhand out from TIAFOE, so we are at deuce. I mean, I think it's good, honestly. In a lot of ways, some of the stuff that the PTPA is advocating for. Like, there's a lot of things such as better distribution to players in terms of money that the PTPA advocates for. And yes, if there are certain things where they're promising prize money and it's not quite going as they're promising, they're not giving it to the players. Like, obviously that needs to be voiced out and exposed. I mean, there's certainly things that the organizations can be doing better, so I don't mind a little bit of pushback. But I need to read more into it to give a more full opinion, which I will do, I think. Well, let me know what you guys think on it. Forehand goes to forehand of TIAFOE is a squash shot. Forehand of FOKINA goes for a big shot, hits it out. He just, I don't know why he's doing that. He's getting control of the rallies. That was a hell of a squash shot, by the way, from Foe, but he's getting into these rallies, and then he has a chance to just, like, not finish off the rally, but hit a good shot, and then the next shot hit, like, the finishing shot. Right? Instead, he's trying to do it all in one swing. That he's lost, like, 3 points this game just doing exactly that. Instead of hitting a pretty good shot and hitting a winner, he just goes for an outright, like, incredible winner. Like, dude, you've already found control of the rally. There's no reason to rush into it so much. All right, deuce, big rally here. Forehand goes to the forehand of FOKINA. Backhand TIAFOE jumping up to the forehand of FOKINA. It's going to go out. Love 15. TIAFOE with the break point. Hey, how are you doing? Naked Eyes. Yeah, I saw that, Joe. What do you think? I'm excited. I think the more combined tournaments, the better. I'm not a huge fan of these mini slams or 2-week masters or whatever, but I think the more they can combine men's and women's in general, like, I think that's a good thing. Forehand lob, FOKINA. That's going to go out. I mean, just bad shot choices from FOKINA. He's in these points. He's in these rallies, these games. Just hits it out. 2-2. I played a match earlier this morning, too, by the way. I won. So now I get to commentate and make my opinions heard. They pan to, I think that's TIAFOE's girlfriend. Beautiful girlfriend. Hello, Naked Eyes. Good to see you. Yeah, that's what happens. If I lose my match, I'm not allowed to speak about tennis. Unfortunately, I'm, like, banned. If I win, then they're like, okay, you can make a comment about how TIAFOE's hitting his forehand. No, like, if I win my, like, B7 Alta match, they're like, okay, you can make a comment about how this professional player is hitting their forehand. If I lose, it's over. I never get to speak about it again, maybe. Big serve from TIAFOE. It's an ace. 15 love. Yeah, and then you got to work out. Yeah, I'm always running all the time in my matches. 2 matches in 1 day. Wow, yeah. This one's vicarious. I'm living through Frances TIAFOE. So weird to live through Frances TIAFOE. I want to play again, though. I really, today I remembered just how much I knew, but I remembered again just how much I love tennis matches and the competitive. I love winning much more than I hate losing tennis matches. Like, I think losing is, like, the jam too. It's like, it's all like steps to being greater. Like, I hate it for, like, a little bit, maybe even a day. I'm, like, depressed, but then, like, after that, I'm like, all right, now I can see how I can do better. Which is good. It's a good quality to have. Obviously, it's not perfectly like that at all, but it's nice. All right, 40 love here. Serve TIAFOE. Serve. Forehand goes to the backhand of TIAFOE. Backhand FOKINA. Goes to forehand TIAFOE. Is a great shot cross score. And FOKINA again going for too much. TIAFOE up to 3-2. FOKINA needs to stop hitting so many unforced errors, especially when he doesn't need to. That's it. Literally the only thing I have to say about this, which I don't know if that says more about me or the match. Not easy? No. No, it's not. I get so mad at myself, at the world, at life, at tennis. I say I hate this sport. This sport is so stupid. I wish this tennis court would just explode. I want to go home. My racket isn't working. How did I miss that shot? That shot caught the edge of the line. This is BS. I'm talking to myself in my head. I hate it. I'm never going to pick up a racket again. I'm quitting tennis. But then it's all gone. I'm like, you know what? It's fine. It's okay. It's like, I have that, and then I'm like, okay, you know what? It's fine. It's all a step to getting better. And it's all, I mean, essentially the way to win matches is to not care if you lose. You should care that you're playing well. If you're playing well, then it really doesn't matter if you win or lose. You're obviously gonna care. The less you can care, that's actually better. Like, that's how you win. That's why, like, Federer sometimes didn't know the score, because he was, like, so locked into every point what he needed to do. It's like, it's very hard to get to that place, but that's the ideal place to be in, right? Because just imagine a world where there is no score. Like, everybody'd play better, right? If you could still care the same amount, like, you know that eventually you'd win or lose, everybody would play better if there wasn't a score. So ideally, that's the place you want to get to, I think. Backhand, forehand, Fokina. That's going to go in. Cross court. Great shot. Fokina getting some great cross court shots in so far. Really, it's the down the lines, right? He's missing a lot of down the line shots. Just the steady cross court shots have been good. That's why it's a little bit annoying how impatient he's been. Hell of a shot from TIAFOE. Hits the net cord. Oh! TIAFOE nearly with an amazing twister shot, twisting his wrist with a behind the back running behind him. It was a hell of a shot initially. TIAFOE is one of the strangest players. Like, he's so talented. He hits shots in such a unique kind of way. He's one of the most one-of-a-kind players I've seen in a long time. He's not the most. Like, there are other players I can name. Fabrice Santoro, Alexander Bublik, Peridot Street Japan, Michael Lodra, Marcelo Rios. Like, there are other players that are pretty unique. John Isner. But TIAFOE's not the lowest on the list. Let me just say that. He's pretty unique in a lot of the shots that he hits. Even the way he generally plays, but very talented guy, obviously. Like, he's not my number one, like, cup of tea or whatever, but I could understand if somebody's favorite player was TIAFOE, because he's so unlike anybody else. So, it's cool. I don't know. TIAFOE's like a menace, you know? I think of TIAFOE as like a menace on the court. Like, he's a menace as a personality. He's a menace as a player. He just doesn't play like anybody else. He goes for shots other players don't go to. He's not crazy, like doesn't go for crazy shots like Kyrgios or something, but he plays a little bit different. Plays tennis in a much more kind of lax kind of way. He's a menace as a personality, like snuck up on Murray that one time when he was giving an interview and just stayed behind him for a minute straight. Just looking all frightening right behind Murray. Murray didn't notice a thing. And yeah, I don't know. TIAFOE is interesting. Great shot. And that's talent too, just getting that kind of angle on the forehand return. Great stuff from TIAFOE here. Picking up his level. Fokina needs to up in the margins. Raise the margins up. 30-40. First serve here from Fokina. Backhand goes to backhand Fokina. Backhand TIAFOE. Backhand Fokina. TIAFOE. Oof. TIAFOE knows it too. Misses the backhand to the net. Deuce. He knows it too. Oh, a saber from TIAFOE and a hell of a shot from Fokina. Ready for it. Wow, right at TIAFOE's feet. TIAFOE wasn't as ready for the half volley as FOKINA was ready for the big return. Advantage to Davidovich FOKINA, the Spaniard. Both these guys roughly the same age. I remember that they were part of the same Next Gen Finals group along with Yannick Sinner and Alex Demonor. Who else was there? Hugo Humbert. I think Marcos Giron was there. Casper was definitely there. Rude was there. I mean, I remember that because I'm thinking back to that. It's one of my favorite clips of all time in tennis is Sinner yelling, "Welcome to the future," or whatever. If you guys haven't seen that, look up Next Gen Finals 2019, 2018, 2019, I think. I think Chung won 2018, 2019 Sinner won. Yannick, look up 2019 Next Gen Finals documentary. I think it's like 2 or 3 minutes in. They go through a line of like young players, go one by one. They're saying, and they like say one word at a time, and then Yannick says like "Welcome to the future," and then TIAFOE makes fun of Yannick, which starts their beef with each other. I genuinely think those guys don't have at times not liked each other very much. I get that feeling. With the like sometimes I think some of it's for show, not all of it. I think a lot of it is not for show, but some of it is. This one I feel like at times they really have not liked each other. I think that was maybe the start of that. Whether it was or wasn't, it's funny. But TIAFOE was like, "Come on, we need to end on a more dramatic note than that." And Yannick's like, "Welcome to the future." I wish Yannick still showed personality in that way. We don't see much from him like that. Forehand goes to the forehand of FOKINA. Backhand. He's getting lucky with these net cords. Forehand, FOKINA's there. Backhand, TIAFOE, he gets it down the line. 30 love TIAFOE. Gotten those net cords a couple times. When I lose at something, I just want to play straight away to get revenge. Yeah, 100%, right? Playing for the yeah, I'm petty like that too. I want to get revenge right away. Absolutely. Actually, I have a story about this. It didn't. Yeah, I have a story about this. 1 second. After this, big forehand return cross court from FOKINA. So last year, I played this guy named Trevor, part of my singles ladder, and he beat me twice in 2 very close matches. Like they were legitimately good matches. I played well. He played well. I played well for the most part, but he played well. Drop shot TIAFOE, back in FOKINA, cross court, great shot, 30-all. FOKINA climbing back with a lot of intensity in this game. But we played really close matches. The first match, I think I was up in both sets, and he ended up winning the set 7-5, 6-4. The second match, I won the first set in a crazy tiebreaker, like 8-6. The set point, I hit one of the craziest shots I've ever hit. This like half volley drop shot winner from like 2 feet behind me. It was insane. And then he ended up winning sets 2 and 3, even though he was up 5-1 in both set 2 and set 3. I came back to 5-4 in both sets and then lost both sets 6-4. Really depressing, honestly. Backhand cross court goes to the backhand. TIAFOE down the line. Forehand squash shot. Oh, what a shot from FOKINA. Oh, once again, FOKINA doesn't need to go for that flashy of a shot at the end. I don't get it. Like, just take a little bit off. Like, you put in so much work. I'd be depressed to put in so much work and then just have it all for nothing. All for nothing. You know, like I wouldn't be happy to be playing constantly if I was like playing points like FOKINA is doing, because he should be winning a lot of these points. He's not staying with it. Stay with it, you know, have that winning edge about you. Like if you can, where you don't have to go for that big of a shot, you know, hit a shot that prepares you for the next shot. It's chess, right? Chess is less about making a good move right now. It's about setting yourself up for a good move in about 3 moves. That's what the best chess players can do, if not 10 moves. That's chess, and that's tennis too. So yeah, anyway. What about Eastbourne? I think it's small too. Yeah, Eastbourne's small. Demon's playing right after Rublev. Shelton lost. Yeah, 7-6 in the third. Shelton was one of my dark horses. Now I have Dimitrov and Fritz. Those are the two guys I feel like can do really well at this tournament. Not a big, hot hot take. Dimitrov got to the final last year, but I picked Fritz to win the tournament before the tournament started. I don't really have proof of that now. It doesn't really matter. I mean, it's not even that big of a call anyway. But yeah, everybody else is lost, so maybe it'll happen. Nice big foe, yeah. Anyone seen Netflix's Adolescence? Super nice. No, I haven't seen it, but I haven't been on Netflix. Poor Carlos, yeah. Hold serve, big foe. Fonseca? Yeah, Fonseca 6-4, 6-3 over Humbert. Fonseca's good. How many majors do you think Fonseca's going to win? That guy's got unreal potential. Do you think he's going to win a major? I'm not sure he's going to. I'm still waiting to get my prognosis of what I think of Fonseca. I don't really know yet. I guess I'd say like he's going to win. I'll give him one slam, which is as many as Medvedev has won. It's more than David Ferrer has won. It's as many as Dominic Thiem has won. I'm just being right now. I'll give him one. I'm gonna let him prove things to me as the future keeps going because he's definitely got all the potential. I mean, to be frank, he has one of the best ceilings, in my opinion, just from my vantage point, I've ever seen of a player. Like his first match at a Grand Slam is the greatest first match at a Grand Slam I've ever seen played. And I actually don't think many people would dispute that. Like beating Andrei Rublev in straight sets in the fashion he did when Rublev didn't even play badly. When Rublev played well, like that's scary. So I'll give him one slam. He might not even win any. He might win 30. Who knows? 30 love. Fokina with a good shot inside out. 3. Okay. I like that call too. I think Z or Fritz will get to the final. It would be great to see Fonseca get to a final. 100%. I like Fritz to win, yeah. But Medi and Mia. Well, yeah, Medi is out to freaking, what's his face? Munar. That is anti-hype one slam. Slams are hard to come by, though. Yeah, it is, Sean. No, you're right. But that's what I'm saying, though. It's like, most people get none. Winning a slam is, like, massive. Like, we are... So, like, I know it's not like if you're really good, like, you'll have chances. But I'm just saying, like, I need him to really prove more to me. Like, for example, like, he had all that hype on him, and then he lost to who? I don't remember. But he lost to somebody that I think most people are like, oh, Fonseca's overrated. It's still really early in his career. It's a great prospect, 18 years old. But I'm just not gonna jump on the bandwagon of multiple slams yet. I think French Open is very likely. I'd also like him at Australia. But yeah, like Alexander Muller beat him in Rio after people were expecting big things from him after Buenos Aires. Man was tired. Give you that. Lost 6-4, 6-0 to Draper pretty easily, although Draper did win that tournament. Fonseca's great. But I'm just not going to predict big things yet. Big things meaning more than one major, which is already a big thing. Fonseca has so much marketing. The PR is so over the top. I actually agree. I'm not going to lie. Seeing Tennis TV's constant posts of him yesterday, I like Fonseca. He's not my favorite player, but I like him. But there was like 11 posts in a row of Fonseca. Like, let the guy breathe. You know what I mean? Let us breathe for a second. It's like just being honest, if we had like 12 posts in a row of like, I don't know, Brandon Nakashima when he had just won the next gen finals, like everybody would be like, what is going on right now? It's like, let us breathe for a second. Okay. Wow. TIAFOE is, I mean, he is friends with the net court. Like the net court might just be TIAFOE's best friend and we didn't know anything about it. This is, The net court is an undercover agent right now. That's miraculous. The ball went in. It hit TIAFOE's net, and it wasn't even at the very top of the net. It just took the weirdest bounce and somehow had forward momentum on it. That was really weird. Backhand cross court goes to backhand TIAFOE, backhand of FOKINA. So backhand TIAFOE down the line, forehand of FOKINA. Goes to forehand of TIAFOE. What a shot cross court. FOKINA misses the next shot. Hell of a shot from the American. Let's go, Big Fo. Come on, come on. But the draw is open. I felt like the draw was open even before the tournament started, but the draw is definitely open now because, hey, guess what? Everyone lost. So it opens up the opportunity for something crazy to happen. Like Alexei Popyrin won Canada last year. What if Alejandro Davidovich Fokina decides that he wants to be Alexei Popyrin? Or especially Francis TIAFOE. Like, it just opens up some doors for crazy things to happen. Because it really seems so unclear what is going to happen. Zverev's not been playing very well. And everybody else has lost. Like, so many players have lost. Fritz is great, but he's beatable. If Fritz is the favorite now, like, he is very beatable. Casper Ruud's been to the final. That would be awesome if he could find a win here. Kind of reminds me of Team at Indian Wells. Dominic Team at Indian Wells, but good hold from FOKINA with the big serve. TIAFOE will wish he made a few more returns at the end there. 4-4. Now things get real. Yeah, that is annoying. I remember even being annoyed when they did that with Alcaraz, and I love Alcaraz. Exactly. I'm annoyed even when I like the players. I agree with you. Yeah, most people lost. Draper's gone. Can't believe Medi's gone. Medi's not just gone. He's like... it's a little bit more than gone. He got dismantled and destroyed and sent away to Monte Carlo, where he doesn't particularly want to be. He doesn't particularly want to be in Monte Carlo. Rather be defaulted by Jerry. But yeah, I don't know. It's 6-2, 6-3 to Munar is one of the stranger losses you'll see for a world number one, to be honest. Former world number one. Also remember Lorenzo Sonego beating Djokovic 6-1, 6-2. Like, every now and again something like that happens, but it's pretty rare. Love 15 here. Maybe a chance for FOKINA. TIAFOE with a big serve puts it away. TIAFOE's got an underrated serve. You have to be a great server to be playing at the top level now. TIAFOE definitely in that group. He doesn't have the greatest serve around. He doesn't have Fritz's serve, but he's got a great serve on him. Trust me. Backhand cross score goes to the backhand of FOKINA. Somehow carves that in. Just over the net, but it's TIAFOE with a forehand put away anyway, 30-15. Also got a great forehand, TIAFOE. I mean, TIAFOE, when he's playing well, he's got one of the better peak levels on tour. He doesn't have the best peak level on tour, but he's got one of the higher peak levels. Definitely, in my opinion. I don't know. That'd be an interesting question. Ranking players by peak level. That's a good one. Maybe I'll make a list like that. It would be super weird, though. Like, before Verdasco retired, Verdasco would be very high just because he played that one match against Rafa in Australian Open 2009. Like, I'd probably make, like, a hella weird list, but for that. Just because if somebody played really well one time, I'd be like, that's the guy. And it would be really hard not to be biased in that way. Like I saw, like, Watanuki play TIAFOE in Miami a couple of years ago. He played out of his mind. But is, like, Watanuki going to be higher than Sebastian Baez, who's been number 18 in the world? Like, it's just I don't know. That's a very hard list to make, I guess. Because especially if you're just going by one performance, like, it just becomes impossible. Because anybody on their best day who's a professional player can play, like, straight out of a storybook. Like, they're so good. Backhand slice goes to forehand of TIAFOE. Backhand of FOKINA goes to the backhand TIAFOE. Forehand of FOKINA. It's going to go out. 5-4. Draper, I rooted him for him to win this too. Yeah, I mean, that's what happens, though. Like, you got a weird champion, then they lose first round the next Masters. It's like clockwork. Yeah, let me look at the draw. Before the tournament started, I chose Mira Andreeva and Taylor Fritz. So my players are still in. That's who I chose before the tournament started. I almost didn't choose Mira. I've been known to choose Rybakina. This time I didn't. I chose her to win Indian Wells. She lost early. I was like, all right. I'm not picking her to win another tournament. Unless she wins a big tournament, until that happens, I'm not picking her to win another big tournament, period. It's not going to happen. She's not reliable. When she's playing her best, I think she might be the best player on tour outside of now Mira Andreeva. But she just doesn't play smart in the big moments. I don't know how else to say it. It's just the truth. It's the cold, hard truth. Cold, hard truth. Yeah, I mean, so Zverev is still in. He's got Jordan Thompson, who took out Pericard. Arthur Feast is underrated. Never know. In fact, Feast probably plays the winner of this one if he takes out Diallo. Tomas Mahac is interesting. Very tough first match against Matteo Arnaldi there. Mahac is somebody to look out for. Menzik is definitely somebody to look out for. I think he takes out Safulin. I don't know. Menzik could beat Zverev too. Like, just take. I don't know. Watch out for Menzik. I'm not convinced that definitely is. Like, I'm not convinced that's definitely the end of his run there. Fonseca is interesting. I mean, Rublev's good. De Minaur is good. Although I don't think De Minaur likes a slow court. You would think De Minaur likes a slow court, but I don't think he does. The players who are a little bit more reliant on defense around the court a little bit and counterpunching, like, they don't necessarily like a slower court more than a fast court. It's just not what it is. All right, 40-15 here, Fokina. Forehand of TIAFOE goes to the forehand of Fokina. That's in the net, 40-30. What's up with Alki? Yeah, I mean, he's just not in it, but he's not with it right now. But to be fair, I mean, I will just point out, I said before the year started that I predict Alcaraz is not going to do very well up until the hard court swing late in the year, and then he's going to pick it up and win the U.S. Open. That was my prediction. So far, things are pretty on par. But in terms of Alcaraz, yeah, I mean, in a way, it's unexpected. I mean, Indian Wells is his bread and butter. I just think, I mean, to be fully honest, the guy has had 4 amazing years in a row, in a way. Or 3 amazing years in a row. Backhand goes to the backhand of Fokina. Forehand of Fokina, inside out. That just catches the line. 5-all. So, I mean, just speaking realistically, which isn't always the most fun way to speak, he's had 3 amazing years in a row. And the year before that, he also got to the U.S. Open quarterfinal, beat Tsitsipas in 5 sets. So, and he's only 21. So, it's not like an excuse of, oh, he's only 21, he'll be fine. Who knows? But sometimes you got to think a little bit more realistic. He's had patches of tennis where it's gone down the hill for him. Started 2024 up until he won Indian Wells. It was just like that. So I just think, like, let's give him a little bit of time. He won the Channel Slam last year. He's 21. I think he could go through a rough period. I don't think it's the end of the world for him. Like, if we get to let's say the US Open and he's still like just losing to Lehechka and Goffin and people, like, then I can start to say, like, man, is this going to keep going? Like, then it becomes a fair question, because his win percentage has been very good. If that just goes out the window, you start to wonder, going across 3 different surfaces. But I don't know. I think until something like that happens, I think we shouldn't worry too much about Alcaraz. Give him a little bit of leeway. It's a realistic, I think, answer. All right, 15-all. Big moments potentially in this one. End of the first set. I don't think it's been that high quality of an affair, but they've had some good points, some good shots. Both are very talented guys who can have some athletic moves on the court. I think TIAFOE is one of the best has one of the best movers on the court vertically, moving up and down the court, chasing down drop shots. I think he's got underrated foot speed. And Fokina, one of the more athletic players, and they are both dynamic, which makes it fun. Be nice to twin Rybakina. I like Rybakina, okay? You know I like Rybakina. But I'm annoyed because I'm like one of those betting people. I've never betted on a tennis match, although maybe I should try. I've never betted. And TIAFOE, by the way, already 6 aces, which is impressive. I've never bet on a tennis match or tournament, but I've picked her to win so many tournaments, and I'm just annoyed. I don't know. I also am annoyed because I like her. I like watching her when she's at full throttle and at her best, at full flow. So I'd like to see that more often. Like watching her in Brisbane last year was amazing. Like she was so good. And then gets to the Australian Open and loses the tightest of tight matches to Blinkova, like in the second round. So I don't know. I just wish she could do that week after week. TIAFOE holds for 6-5, by the way. I think Fritz will play Zverev and Dimi versus Nole or the semis. I mean, it would be awesome. Dimitrov could finally get the win there, but it seems like Novak would likely get to the final then. Fritz also holds Zverev's number, by the way. You should watch Julie Keeps Quiet. Kind of reminds me of Twin Reba. Noted. I won't forget Goffin. He beat Rafa. He beat all of the big four. I can't remember what I saw, Lexi, but it was something like, I don't remember what it was, Lexi. It's like one of only like 4 players to have beaten all of the big four or something. I don't remember, but the point is David Goffin is good. Like he's a good player. He could have beaten Nadal a second time. He should have beaten him in Madrid in whatever year that was, 2022. I'd like to say. When Goffin had 4 match points. Yeah, I wonder if that's the first time that's happened. All 4 Indian Wells semifinalists lose in Miami first match. I can't imagine that's ever happened before, that all 4 semifinalists of a Masters tournament lose in the first round of the next one. Seems quite unusual. Like, just rare. It's definitely unusual. Roger 2, they said. For real? Yep. David Goffin is the real deal. All right, serve here for Davidovich Fokina. Forehand of TIAFOE. Forehand Fokina goes to the backhand of TIAFOE. Forehand Fokina. Forehand TIAFOE is shot down the line. Backhand Fokina goes to the backhand TIAFOE down the line. Forehand pass. Fokina is very good. 15 love. That's a 3-pointer from deep for Fokina. Great shot initially on defense. That's what set him up. TIAFOE, not a good approach, though. I mean, it's not a good approach. A little bit awkward. Probably could have done better slicing it, I reckon. But hitting over it, like, I don't know. I don't think it put Fokina in that uncomfortable of a position. He would have had to hit a really good shot hitting it that way to really test Fokina. Forehand down the line. Backhand TIAFOE gets it. The lob. Smash Fokina. Put away. 30 love. Might be getting a tiebreaker, I think. I remember Djokovic saying he likes Goffin's backhand a few years back. That's high praise. I mean, the highest, right? That is high praise. But how do you mean it, though? Is like, if you just play David Goffin, you're like, I liked his backhand. That could also mean, like,
Man, his backhand sucked. I like playing against it. I wish that all of his shots were like his backhand. I was demolishing his backhand. I liked it. I liked how weak it was. I'm assuming Djokovic meant it in a good way, which is that it's a good shot. Drop shot TIAFOE is a great shot. Redrop the other way. I do mean it when I say that I've held the belief up until Alcaraz, since the prime for the last like 3 or 4 years, maybe only outside of Alcaraz now, but even maybe holds a candle to Alcaraz. I think TIAFOE is the greatest player at running down drop shots on tour. He can do so many things when he gets up there. He's got underrated speed. So many players are good laterally, moving side to side. He's so good moving forward. Like it's just like a talent. Like he's so good at it. Like I implore you guys to watch TIAFOE running up to drop shots. He's very good with the racket control and the racket skills when he gets up to the drop shots moving forward. He's very fast, TIAFOE, to be clear. He's very fast. Backhands, a lob, swing volley, very good. Set point to TIAFOE, 30-40. I thought we were getting a tiebreaker, but TIAFOE has different ideas. And this is Alejandro Davidovich Fokina's least favorite time of a tennis match, unfortunately. He doesn't love the set points and break points and this and that. What I was saying earlier is the best you can do is to just not think about what the score is, but that is just something Fokina is not able to do. And that you see with that first serve, just misses it by a mile. Basically, nobody can usually do it fully, but the more you can do it, the better, I think. Oh, that just catches the line from TIAFOE. Big, deep shots. TIAFOE with a forehand cross score. Forehand Fokina goes to forehand TIAFOE. TIAFOE really going for it here. Oh, Fokina dives because of course he does. And TIAFOE, the big roar. Wins a big set, 7-5. TIAFOE 7-5 in the first. Yeah, I mean, Fokina really gave up a lot of court position. He was asking to be put off balance, to be honest. I mean, TIAFOE did a good job at controlling the court, but I mean, in a way, I feel like TIAFOE could have even won that set easier. But I also feel like Fokina could have won that set easier. Like Fokina had so many points he should have won that he just didn't put away and was saying too many unforced errors. 10 winners, 14 unforced errors for Fokina. 12 winners, 9 unforced errors for TIAFOE. Like, that's not good enough for Fokina. It's just not. 7 winners on the forehand, 11 unforced errors. So many of those unforced errors should be winners. It should be 11 forehand winners, 7 unforced errors on the forehand. Serve numbers pretty good and even for both. TIAFOE doing really well on first serve, which is very obvious if you're watching. TIAFOE serving well. Who's that guy in the crowd? He looks familiar. Is he Fokina's coach? They do keep showing the guy who's Fokina's coach, so that's probably who you're talking about, yeah. It was in one of those ATP interview where they ask all the top players random questions. It stood out because normally the answers are so obvious. Yeah, that's true. They do usually go for the big, easy answers. I'm trying to remember back to those videos. The one thing that a player said in those videos that I found interesting once is I remember back in 2020, at the start of 2020, they were asking who's going to have a big year this year. And people were saying like pretty standard answers. I don't remember who it was that year that people were saying. But people were saying like different players, like trying to think. Like Stefanos Tsitsipas or like players like that. Like people were saying like this guy's gonna have a big year, I think. And those were a lot of common answers. Federer, it seems like right after the question was asked, without even a single moment's hesitation, said Andre Rublev. And he looked so confident about it. He was like, Andre Rublev, he's gonna have a big year. Fully believe in Andre Rublev and what he's doing. I think he's gonna be a great, great player. Federer said something like that, and I never forgot it. Like I always remembered that. Like I remembered seeing Federer's full backing of Rublev. Federer and Rublev play so differently. Like they both have massive forehands, but like Federer comes to net way more than Rublev. Federer much more confident in the second serve. Federer much more crafty drop shots, improvisations, mixing up the game, much faster as well than Rublev. Like they're very different, but but they're both. I mean, Rublev's a hell of a great player, very talented player, capable of winning some big matches. But I always remember that. I always thought it was interesting that Federer just right away said Rublev, like right away. Didn't even hesitate for even a split second. FA is engaged. He's posted a lot with his girlfriend. I think they are happy together. So good for him. Good for Felix. He was born on Roger's birthday. August 8th through like 11th, or I think 12th, is like the greatest time to be a tennis player, to be born and be a tennis player. It is unbelievable how many players were born during that period of time. Maybe August 7th through 12th. Something like that. Pete Sampras, Rod Laver, Roger Federer, and then you have other like sneaks like FAA, but you have so many players there. Definitely Sampras, Laver, and Federer. I can't remember. There are other players too, though, that I just can't remember. August 8th, birthdays, tennis. Yeah, so August 8th, Tatiana Maria as well, but let me see. Okay, August 9th. I think that was Sampras. Maybe. Yeah, so August 9th, Rod Laver, Brad Gilbert. Then you go August 10th. I think August 11th was Sampras. I'm pretty sure that's right. Pete Sampras' birthday. Maybe it's August 13th. August 12th. Okay. August 12th. Can't really find it now. Anyway, Sampras, August 12th. So Navarro has the same birthday as mine. What day is that? I have the same. Tomas Mahac was born. Fokina still off court, by the way, taking a bathroom break. Only now just coming back. But what was I saying? Forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah. May 18th. Nice. Got about 3 months to go. Yeah, so Tomas Mahac was born 3 days before my birthday exactly. Same year, 3 days before my birthday. I have the same birthday as Naomi Osaka, October 16th. And Jensen Brooksby was born 10 days after I was born. I think those are the closest to my birthday. I think there's one other guy that's like right around there who I'm forgetting, but definitely Mahac and Brooksby are like right there. I feel like there is another guy I'm forgetting though, but I can't think of who it is. 15 love TIAFOE. Navarro might be my favorite women's player right now, by the way. And what a win for Raducanu. I hope that is the start of big things for her. I've always liked Emma. Seems, very likable player. I hope Fernandez and Raducanu can kind of get to the top echelon of the game. It'd be amazing if they both start winning at like the same time again. Then they get to another slam final against each other, and then they both drop off the face of the earth again. I mean, I can imagine Fernandez more easily at Roland Garros getting to a slam final. And then Raducanu, I guess I can imagine it anywhere outside of Roland Garros, unfortunately. I mean, Fernandez could get to, I don't know, I guess US Open, maybe. Or Australia, probably US Open, I guess, because it's already happened. Serve TIAFOE. Kick serve, back in Fokina. Goes to back in TIAFOE, back in Fokina. Down the line is a hell of a shot. Great backhand down the line from Fokina. He's got to get those backhand down. He's got to get those down the line shots working and be able to really be a little bit more patient, build out these points. and then hit winners down the line, right? That's got to be the goal. I mean, it's very basic, but just got to be more patient because he's playing good points and but also he shouldn't find himself in defensive positions as early if he can manage it. I mean, keep it back end to back end as much as possible. TIAFOE is doing a good job at redirecting, especially off his back end like that, goes down the line. Forehand FOKINA goes to the back end of TIAFOE. Forehand of FOKINA. Cross court goes to the forehand of TIAFOE. It's going to go out. 40-30. Backhand. That's going to go out from FOKINA. That's a bad miss. 1-0. Definitely backing TIAFOE now because FOKINA's had chances they just has not taken advantage of at all. Wow, Fonseca 26 out of 27 first serve points won versus Hugo and Bear. Man's becoming a serve bot. That's surprising. I would not expect that, particularly from Fonseca and also against Hugo. Just wouldn't expect that, but interesting. Jim Courier, 17th of August. Yeah, that's a good one too. I thought maybe Courier, I can't remember if it was Courier or Becker. I thought one of them might be around there. Yeah, August is it's a good time to be born if you're a tennis player, right? August 8th, Federer, August 9th, Laver, August 12th, Sampras. Just that by itself is crazy, right? Like those are three of the greatest players that have ever played the game. Most people would have those three in their top five, which says a lot because there's a lot of great tennis players you can put in that top five. But I think most players would have those guys in their top five. I mean, for most people, it would probably be Federer, Nadal, Djokovic, Sampras, Laver, right? You can also have Ken Rosewall. I mean, there's a lot of players to name, to be frank, but you can have Ken Rosewall. You can have Bill Tilden, Richard Gonzalez. You could have Bjorn Borg. You have Yvonne Lendl. Have Connors. McEnroe at his best was amazing. Like, there's a lot of players you can name. Fokina's coach even shaking his head. It's not really what you want to see if you're Fokina. Love 40 for TIAFOE. Fokina really, I mean, TIAFOE has not played a spectacular match here. Like, Fokina has kind of been beating himself. Like, he's had chances in these points that should, if he's played the right way, he should have had a much better result here than he's had so far. Since he's played this way, I think TIAFOE should have a better score than he's had so far. Honestly, they're not playing bad by any means. Like, that was a great forehand from Fokina. Like, they're hitting great shots, but there's not a whole lot of consistency from Fokina's end, and it's not like TIAFOE's playing incredible either. They're playing well, but not their best. Forehand FOKINA goes to the forehand of TIAFOE. Backhand FOKINA goes to the backhand of TIAFOE. Cross court big to the backhand of FOKINA. Backhand down the line goes to forehand FOKINA. Oh, good pass. Deuce. Couple of good points there. Clutch. Backhand goes to forehand Fokina, who hits it long. Advantage to TIAFOE. Forehand TIAFOE up high to the forehand Fokina. Forehand TIAFOE. Forehand Fokina. Forehand slice TIAFOE. Again to the forehand Fokina. Back in TIAFOE. Rallying well. It's the right shot. Just missed it, but that's okay. I like that idea that I had of making a list of players based on their peak level, though. Like, I think that would be interesting. Let me know if you guys think that would be interesting, too. Like, who would you have, like, surprisingly high on the list? Who would you have surprisingly low? I'd probably make specific, like, what's the word? Rules. Like, I would say something like, this player needs to have played this kind of peak level at least like 3 to 5 times in their career. I don't want to just be like, oh, see this match, they played this well here. Like peak level that, you know, it's shown up. It's not shown up once. It's like, it's, you know, it can happen. Like, it's not just like a one and done, right? I think that would be a cool list to see. And like for me, I think TIAFOE would be fairly high on that list. I don't think he'd be the highest, but I don't think he'd be the lowest. Like, I think he'd be like maybe top 15 for sure, probably top 10. Because I mean, even at the US Open, like just look at him at the US Open, the couple years he's done really well. Like there are some matches there that were really impressive. I'll be honest, I'm not TIAFOE's never been like the number one guy I've cheered for, but I tell it how I see it. And he's had I mean, at times he's played like really good. So that'd be an interesting list to make. Peiko and Jabor on the women's side. Yeah, Penko's out to Elo or whatever. Yeah, I guess Jabor withdrew against Paolini, so Paolini looking to do a repeat of last year and win a Masters on hard court early in the year and then get to the final of do the channel slam final, which is get to the final of both Wimbledon, the French, and lose in both, which is also very impressive to do. Backhand cross court to the backhand of TIAFOE, forehand of Fokina, cross court to the forehand of TIAFOE. Big shot, bigger shot from Fokina. Won the shots of the day from Davidovich Fokina because it was a hell of a shot from TIAFOE. One of the shots of the day for me. That's a hell of a strike. Definitely one of the shots of the day. That's just a beautiful swing of the racket is what that is. I'll tell you exactly what that is. It's a beautiful swing of the racket. Somehow gets the baseline to TIAFOE. Both players seem shocked by it. Oh, TIAFOE, Fokina should have gone down the line. Would have been 30 all. Said he goes cross court, makes it 45. 40-15 here at 1-1. It's a good hold there from TIAFOE to get to 2-1. So who's winning this tournament then? Let me know. Some of you guys have already said, but let me know who's winning this tournament on the women's side or the men's side and or. I'm taking Mira Andreeva for the Sunshine Double. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree, but I feel like she just feels like she can't lose right now. And that's exactly how she should feel. She's playing some of the best tennis we've seen in a long time. I've been saying it. I've been Putting her as a candidate for 10 plus slams. It still sounds silly to say that now. I'm fine with it. I'm saying big things for Mira Andreeva. When I see big things for a player, I call it. I said it for Sinner when I first saw him play challenger tournaments. I was like, that guy looks especially good. And then especially as I saw him like in ATP tournaments, I was like, he's a future world number one. Don't know if he'll be as constant as a world number one as Alcaraz, but I think he's a future world number one. That's what I was saying. I think he's going to win at least 4 slams. Future world number one. That's what I said about Sinner. There's just certain players that I feel something with, and then I call it. And I might be wrong, but Andreeva I think has like GOAT potential. Like, I'm not saying she'll be the greatest of all time, but she has potential to be at that level of like incredible. Like she's just like one of those names that you bring up and like Hingis or Serena or Graf or Everett or whatever. We'll see. She's got a lot of time to go before then. But Jakub Mensik is another guy I've been saying for many, many months. Like he looks especially good for me. In my mind, I wouldn't bet money on it, but I think he's a future world number one. Don't think he'll be a world number one as long as Sinner Alcaraz. I think he can get there though. Maybe even for a week or 2 weeks, but I think he can get to world number one. He's that good to me. Mira Andreeva, big things called for her. There are just a few players that I see and I keep track of. I especially like what I see from them over an extended period of time. And I say, you know what? I'm backing this person. So far, I've done pretty well with that. We'll see if my hot streak keeps going. I did call big things for Leylah Fernandez, which have not come to fruition yet. So it's not been a perfect streak, but still. I also called big things for Anisimova. Big things meaning I predicted her to win 2 slams. I still think she could win at least one at some point if she keeps up the level that she played to win in Doha. Ela and Wong. if that happens, we should just shut. Like, I don't know. It's over. Z and Coco. Coco 6-0, 6-0 over Kenin. I mean, definitely fair. I didn't really like what I saw from Coco in Indian Wells, just double fault central, but I don't know. Does the 6-0, 6-0 speak more about Coco or Kenin? I'm not really sure. I'm kind of edging a little bit more towards Kenin, but what happened there? I think Fokina was requesting a video replay of TIAFOE hitting that last shot because Fokina maybe thought he hit it before it bounced out. I think that's what that was. That's funny if so. But they're really good friends off the court. Actually, when I did a one-on-one interview with Fokina in Atlanta, TIAFOE was there joking with Fokina before I did the interview. I forgot about that until just this moment. But they were joking around together before I approached with my camera and whatever else I had on me. I was like, I'm here to interview you. Which, in my super like official tennis interviewer fashion. Hi, I'm here to interview you. Anyway, they're joking around, but I mean, they're just really good friends. It's very clear from any video of them. It was weird though. That moment was weird. Like TIAFOE dipped and he was like both of them kind of acknowledged me and they were like, "Oh, you're about to do press." But I was press. Like only me. Like it was a one-on-one interview. So that was an interesting moment. And then at the end of the interview, I told Fokina who he's going to play next. Which was really interesting. He didn't know until I told him who he was going to play, which I had never had that happen before. But that was kind of cool too. 30 all. Fokina with the forehand at the net. I'm sensing danger here. Fokina got out of a 15-40 game the last game, but I don't know if that's going to happen again here. Man, Anisimova versus Andreeva. That is a good one. It's going to be tomorrow, not before 7 p.m. I want to see that. That's a good one. I'll probably shoot my podcast tomorrow and then be watching that. That's gonna be my tennis consumption tomorrow. I'll watch that in full. That's a really good match. Andreeva versus Anisimova is gonna be really interesting. I need a sound effect for when the chat is spamming so that I can know that I'm muted because that is a problem. All right, what I was saying was I was trying to remember if Fokina is the man, everything I said was just on mute. I was trying to remember if Fokina was the second highest ranked Spanish player, but back in the 2010s, mid 2010s, I was saying like it felt like half of the top 100 were Spanish. Like half of the top 100 were Spanish, then there's everybody else. Fokina's number 39, Martinez is number 40, so he's just barely the second highest ranked Spanish. Obviously, Alcaraz is third, or number third in the rankings. He's the highest ranked Spaniard. Batista Agu's 50th in the world. Carbajal is 53rd. Munar is 56th. I think there's a really good young player right outside the top 100, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember their name. Yeah, Landalucci. That's what I'm thinking of. 19 years old, so you never know with him. Thank you guys for trying to get my attention. Rublev's out. Yeah, Rybakina lost. Rublev lost too. Rublev is having a time. I think Bergs is tough though. Zizou Bergs is good. Like that's a really tough first round. But I mean, still in straight sets, like second week in a row, like I think Rublev has passed his prime. I know some people are gonna hate hearing me say that, and some may disagree. I think Rublev's past his prime. He had a great little span of time there. If he had won any of his like one slam quarterfinals that he got to, then maybe things would be even different. But I think he's past his prime. Um, he had a great period from like 2020 through 2024 where he was top 10 for nearly like 5 years straight. I don't know. It's kind of like a Nikolai Davydenko kind of career. Like I think It's a great career, but he might be past his prime. Like, I'd be surprised if he doesn't do anything else, obviously. But I'm just saying, like, those peak years where he'd get to the quarterfinal of almost every big event, and win 2 Masters, like, I think it's behind him. We'll see if I'm wrong, but that's how I feel right now. Anthony, I kind of feel that too. Sad. Yeah, I know. Rublev is just not doing well. No, I mean, it kind of felt like he was doing better in Dubai, but yeah, I don't think it's gonna get better. Like, or that's doesn't really get much darker than that. I don't think he's going to get back to the peaks where he was at. He should have beaten Cilic in the Roland Garros quarterfinals a few years ago. Had he won that match, I feel like wouldn't even be saying this right now. But I don't know. It's tough. I mean, I really think it's tough when you keep getting to quarterfinals and getting close and just not being able to get to that next hurdle. I think it's really taken a toll on his career. Also, not beating Alexei Popyrin last year in Cincinnati. Easy to forget. He would have had 3 Masters already. I mean, that would be 3 times the amount of Masters titles that um, David Ferrer won, that Dominic Thiem won, that Juan Martín del Potro won, that Stan Wawrinka won. He'd be 3 times all of those guys. Marin Cilic, infinitely more than Kanishkori and Raonic, who won 0. Marty Fish as well. Gael Monfils. He'd be well above all of those guys, but instead he's at 2 Masters. He's never been to a Slam semi, and I don't know. Mentally, things are only getting tougher for him, and he's not really changed that much in his game recently. So I mean, he's a hell of a player, no doubt about it. He's been as high as number 5 in the world, I think. Fantastic forehand return, and heard all across the world from TIAFOE, 315. Big forehand return. Guy in like TIAFOE's box moderately looks like Dominic Thiem. Not really, but he kind of has his mannerisms and kind of from the side profile. It's like a mix of Carlos Alcaraz and Dominic Thiem, just by look. I think that was Tiafoe's box. The guy was just clapping now after Tiafoe hit that shot. It's a backhand into the net. Big yell of frustration from Fokina. You should be yelling in frustration, honestly. Rublev won't win a slam, but I think he can win a couple more 1000s. I just don't think it's going to happen, but we'll see if I'm wrong. That's what I'm saying. I just don't think it's going to happen. Reba is very inconsistent up and down. Well, she's like Ostapenko, like the highest highs and the lowest lows. It's crazy. Like Rybakina and Ostapenko have the highest highs on tour, and they probably have the lowest lows on tour of any player that's been top 10. At least Ostapenko does. Rybakina, she doesn't get low. Ashlyn Kruger is a great player too. She proved that today again, but I don't know, man. Another bad unforced error from Fokina. It just looks like he doesn't want to be out there right now, to be frank. Deuce. To be frank is a weird turn of phrase. Like, who is Frank and why is he so serious? Like, I'm just going to be frank for a second. Like, I'm going to pretend I'm Frank for a second. I don't know where that phrase came from, but it's weird. Backhand slice goes to the forehand of Tiafoe. Well, it goes wide. Good call from Hawkeye. It was clearly wide. Late call from the Hawkeye system, but it got it right. I say with my imperfect vision to the 99.9% accuracy Hawkeye system. Break points won, by the way, in this set. Nobody has broken serve yet. Tiafoe with a 6th chance to do so. Big serve. That's a hell of an attempt to return it, but too good of a serve there. Deuce. 6 for 6 save Fokina in the set. That could prove to be crucial. Serve out wide for Tiafoe. Goes back at Fokina. A hell of a shot. That's a smart shot from Fokina. Advantage to the Spaniard. Frank means to be direct. Okay. No, I mean I know, but it's like, okay, but why is Frank so direct? Like, chill out, Frank. Like, I don't need you to be so direct with me right now. TIAFOE doesn't think it was a let. I don't think it was a let either. Didn't seem like a let. Just get rid of lets. We don't need lets. Like, that point would be exactly the same as if it wasn't called a let. Like, the net had no effect on that point. It would improve the sport so much. Just get rid of lets. We don't need it. We don't need it. Like, we're shortening changeovers and we still have lets, which are just annoying and make matches so much longer. Like, we're shortening matches and keeping the most obvious thing that would be fine, just taking it away. My opinion, anyway. Like, without lets, things are just go, 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 go. Code violation, TIAFOE, audible obscenity. TIAFOE's funny because he'll curse even when, like, he's not angry. Like, he'll just curse. It's like he doesn't even remember audible obscenity as a thing. Like, he's so used to cursing. He's the most constant audible obscenity player. He doesn't usually get a second violation for anything, but he's such an easy, like, bet for audible obscenity code violation. 15 love TIAFOE. FOKINA misses another unforced error. Like, if you were to bet not on winners of matches, but who's going to get a code violation for audible obscenity, choose Francis TIAFOE. Like, I remember one time TIAFOE said something positive, and the umpire was like, code violation, audible obscenity. And TIAFOE was like, I just said something positive. You can't get me for something positive. Like, the word is still the, like, I don't know if TIAFOE understands that the word is still the word, no matter what context it's used in. Like, I bet TIAFOE just then was like, what the F? And got a code violation audible obscenity. Like, it's basically for, like, the TVs, I guess, and to keep things clean, especially with kids going to the tennis events, I guess. I don't know. But I just think it's so funny. It's like, how do you not? It doesn't matter why you're saying what you're saying. It's like, it's still the same word. It's not, that's like the whole point. It's like, you can get super angry out there. The umpire's not going to say anything. The funniest one was when Donald Young yelled "son of a biscuit." Then the umpire goes, "code violation, audible obscenity." He was like, "I said biscuit. I said biscuit." The net court TIAFOE actually could have gone there, but I guess he was just so flat-footed. 30-15. Net court finally going Fokina's way. What the Fokina, yeah. How's it going, Joe? Which tennis player would be a good narrator of audible books? Ooh, good question. I reckon Andy Murray's dry voiceover would be good. Who has like a good voice? I'll think about it. Well, Roddick, right? Medvedev. Those are some obvious ones, but I kind of think like Murray would be better. But like he wouldn't be very, you wouldn't get that engaged into the book. So let me think of something else. Honestly, I reckon like Mary Jo Fernandez would be good at it. Like some commentators, like they just have good voices. So like Mary Jo Fernandez would be good at reading a book. I always thought she had a great voice. Chris Fowler. Is he a tennis player or is he just a commentator? He's probably just a commentator. Like Cahill, Courier, Jim Courier. Yeah, that's my answer. Jim Courier. Jim Courier. I think he'd be the best. Exactly what the umpire is saying. It's not a big deal, but he has to catch TIAFOE for swearing if he swears. It doesn't matter what the intention or is for it. I don't understand why TIAFOE can't comprehend that, but Andy Roddick would be entertaining. But Jim Courier, like he can get really dramatic and interesting. Great question, exactly. Umpires are like parents monitoring your swearing. Yeah. I'm biased, but it can't be a boring voice. Okay, not Murray then, I guess. Probably. I mean, who has an interesting voice? I don't know. Gail Monfils would be good, I guess. I don't know. I'm not used to thinking about tennis players' voices. I don't really know how to answer that question in a good way. But I think Courier would be good. I think Jim Courier would be really good. I'd have my if you were to ask me who would be the best audiobook reader of for by a tennis player, I would have my money on Jim Courier. I think he'd be fantastic. Obviously, there are like John McEnroe has done voiceover work for audiobooks and docu-series and stuff. So he's a go-to. I wonder if Courier has done that. But there are definitely players that have actually done that. McEnroe is a good example. I mean, it's so weird. There are certain players that have so much surpassed just being a tennis player, and they're more of an icon. And McEnroe is definitely one of those players. Like, it's an interesting question. Who are the most famous and iconic tennis players of all time? Like, just in the regular like world outside of like diehard tennis fans. It's a good question as well. Backhand slice TIAFOE goes to backhand slice FOKINA. Backhand slice TIAFOE comes to net. Backhand FOKINA for. I mean, TIAFOE just plays the worst point imaginable coming to the net. It happens, but that I mean, he just completely was out of position, and then he completely missed the volley. So that's why he threw his racket to the ground. 15 love. It's potentially important point to start off the game. I mean, most famous players ever, I'd say Serena, Venus, John McEnroe, Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer, Djokovic, Sampras, Agassi. Agassi is a big one, really big one. Navratilova, Graf. I don't know. Those are some. Definitely some. Ooh, forehand chip somehow goes in. Backhand, Fokina scrambling. Lob over at TIAFOE. Really weird shot. Fokina still scrambling, goes for a big pass. Doesn't get the Alcaraz forehand pass special. Doesn't hit the Alcaraz shot, so it's 15 all. Paul Annacone. Yeah, Annacone's a good one. Annacone is a good one. Trying to think of other famous tennis players. Lacoste, Henri Lacoste, just because he has a whole freaking, or Rene Lacoste, because he has a whole company named after him. Wow, big forehand pass from Fokina. That's, I'd say, his second best shot of the match so far after that really fantastic backhand that he hit earlier down the line for a winner. That was his best forehand of the match. For me, without a shadow of a doubt. TIAFOE switching rackets here, taking his sweet time on Fokina's serve. Don't know how much Fokina will like that. Doesn't matter. He hits an ace out wide, 40-15. Yeah, Boris is up there. He had some controversy. He's big in England for commentating Wimby. Yeah, Boris is good. It's a good answer. I'd say Boris would be up there, but for the wrong reasons. For the book reading, Fred Perry. I haven't heard. Is Fred Perry good at? Oh, Fred Perry for just like famous players, I guess you're saying. Yeah, yeah, Anacone would be great for the reading. Yeah, backhand. Ooh, just misses the net. 40-30. I think that's a really big point right here. If TIAFOE got juice, watch out. I mean, we could have the finish line in sight in no time. 4-4, suddenly it's anybody's match, right? I mean, this 1 point decides really the light in which this match could be painted in potentially. Really big point. That's in the net. It's a good serve from Fokina, but TIAFOE needs to do better with that return. I don't know if that means backing up a little bit more and giving himself a little bit more time and margin. But 4-4, 42-minute second set, 7-5, 4-4. Yeah, who are other famous tennis players? Andy Murray is a big one for sure. I don't know. I mean, there are big players in certain countries that are well known, right? But globally, I'd say I already named probably the biggest ones. Agassi is really big. Like Agassi would probably be top 5. He's pretty well known, especially because of his book too, Open, which is well known. Also, he has that iconic like look with the bald head and everything. Forehand, big shot from Fokina. Gets below 15. He's looking to make this a 3-setter. I mean, he's playing better now. I mean, he's doing what he needs to do, building out that point. Is he going to make that forehand every time? I don't know. Let's see. Maybe. 15. And that's exactly what he needs to do. He's been close to playing points like that the whole match, but he hasn't played a whole lot of them, unfortunately, for him. TIAFOE ought to be real careful and find his best tennis right here. The hardest time to find it. It's going to go out. Love 30. Danger time for Big Foe. With some big forehands from Fokina as well. Big moment. It's a bad miss from Fokina. It's a bad miss from Fokina. I remember his match against Kitsmanovic a few like a month ago where he had championship point. I remember one of the things that I was left most disappointed by with Fokina is just those easy errors. Not when he had championship point, but when he had moments where he could really grab a lead, and it costs him. They build up over time. That's another. I mean, he probably lost that point anyway, but yeah, that he should have. He shouldn't have gone for the 1 out of 10 shot. He should have just made sure he gets that next ball in play and then just hope for the best. Like that's not always what you want to do, but when the point is so lost there, I mean, hitting a backhand slice like that, I mean, it's just almost not a makeable shot. I mean, I guess it is, but that's why I say it's a 1 out of 10 shot. Like there's just been a few shots in this match where I feel like Fokina could take a little bit off to give him a little bit more margin. Another let with TIAFOE, huge point, one of the biggest of the match. One of the biggest points of the match. That's what I like about tennis. I like these points, these individual points that really define a match and makes it exciting when they come up. See what happens, how they play out, what led up to those points and how they happened. 30-40, TIAFOE misses the backhand. It is Fokina's first break point in an hour, 26 minutes, and 12 seconds. Here we go. To serve for the second set after an hour and 35 minutes. Back in rally, Big Foe goes to the back end of Fokina. Forehand TIAFOE goes to the back end of Fokina. Back in TIAFOE, cross court, back in slice. It's the back end drop shot, TIAFOE. Fokina runs, forehand TIAFOE. Oh my God. Wow, what a gutsy play from TIAFOE. I can't believe he went for that. He goes for a drop shot, which is very Alcaraz-like. Let me just point that out. Fokina probably should have gone cross court. He should have been more ready for the volley. I guess TIAFOE was anticipating he was not going to be because he was already making such a big move the other way. Something Big Foe can do quite a lot. Just his kind of mess up on his court positioning by guessing so early. Makes really big explosive moves, which can work in his favor or against him. But Big Foe, even though Fokina was so much already in the down the line, is running to the cross court and Big Foe goes that way. But wow, it works for him. And now he hits an ace. Or a service winner out wide. So advantage to TIAFOE could, find himself out of jail here for real. This feels like a game he's already lost, but he could win it just about now. Oh, and a big forehand does it from Big Foe. Big forehand from Big Foe. Big forehand from Big Foe. 5-4. Jack Draper also lost today. Yeah, I like Jack, but I'm not sure if people outside tennis fans would know if Perry and Lacoste were tennis players. Yeah, exactly. Probably not. They would think that Lacoste is an alligator, and they would. So I don't. Lacoste, the same tennis player with the fashion brand Lacoste. Yeah, exactly. Yes. I had no idea. Yeah. Sofin was very famous for a while. That's true. Famous with the ladies. Wonder if Iga can win in Miami. Maybe. Iga Andreeva would be a blockbuster match late in the tournament. Lacoste's nickname was a crocodile. That's how he came up with the logo. Yeah, I was just looking into this the other day. I was looking up different company names, Sean, and seeing like how many of them were named after people. Like, where did Nike get its name? Where did Dunlop get its name? Where did all of these different Babolat? Where did Babolat get its names? Like, there is a lot of interesting ones. Babolat, I think, was named after somebody, but it was like a nickname. Let me remember. Or let me look it up. I'm not going to remember. Let me remember. Yeah, so Babolat, Pierre Babolat created so the company has made strings, Babolat, since 1875 when Pierre Babolat created the first strings made of natural gut. Babolat continued to focus on strings until 1994 when it became a total tennis company, also producing racket frames. Pierre Babolat, first guy to make strings. Or the first strings made of natural gut, anyway. Whatever that means, I don't know. It sounds silly. Didn't Dunlop make tires? I have no idea. I don't know. That's interesting if that's true, Joe. Dunlop? I'll check. That sounds familiar. Backhand. Ooh. TIAFOE goes for a big shot, but misses it. Big foe with a big unforced error. That's mean. Dunlop tires. Yeah, it seems like it. Definitely, yeah, Dunlop motorcycle tires. So if that's the same company, which I guess it is, then yeah. I don't know if that's just the name of that specific product or if it's the name of the company, but it's a backhand miss from TIAFOE. Sorry, I didn't mean to scream into the mic. 30 love, FOKINA. Both these guys just disappointing me in the big moments, which is why I yelled like that. I like clutch players. I don't like players missing when they don't need to. Like, I don't know. I mean, Tiafoe was clutch in the last game, that's for sure. Be nice to be clutch here again. That's missed. Tiafoe is 3 points away from the victory. He's 3 points away from the victory. Love 30-15 for FOKINA. Tiafoe wins this point. Suddenly, things get spicy and interesting. Serve coming here from the Spaniard. You'd have to think this is a very important match for Tiafoe, right? Like, if Tiafoe loses this match, it's got to be a big hit for his confidence. Like, he's not been winning a whole lot. I think last year he got to the Indian Wells semifinal, didn't defend that at all. Like, I don't know. You'd have to. I feel like, I mean, Tiafoe got to the semifinals of the U.S. Open, I think, right? I don't know. Yeah, that's right. Good service game from FOKINA. High five. One that Tiafoe would like to Groundhog Day and play again. But 5-5. Here we go again. Big serve from Poe down the tee. That's a winner. By the way, guys, please don't forget to subscribe. Quality Shot Tennis if you haven't already. Don't forget to like the stream as well. It'd be appreciated. Yes, Dunlop tires are awesome, better than Pirelli. I have no idea what you're talking about. I should pay more attention to Fonseca and Menzik more. 100%. They're both fantastic. I hope Prismic starts playing more tournaments and really go. I mean, he practices all the time. I really want to see him go at it in tournaments now because that guy is so talented too. But I've got my eye on Menzik. Menzik is like one of my top youngsters who just missed it. Tiafoe just missed it wide, going for another big forehand. 15 all. Serve from TIAFOE. Missed it out. 15-30. 15-30. This is a chance for FOKINA to really step up and cause some trouble for TIAFOE. Backhand cross score goes to backhand TIAFOE. TIAFOE's got to play solid here, which he's doing. Backhand slice goes to backhand slice TIAFOE. Forehand FOKINA attacking down the line. Backhand TIAFOE. It's going to go out. Great play from FOKINA. His best level of the match for sure right now. 15-40. He's worked hard to get to this point for sure. Maybe harder than he needed to, but he's here. 2 break points for FOKINA. That's going to be an unforced error on the return from FOKINA. Big moments in this one. Joe's into racing. I see. I know. I see that. I think I remember that before as well. I can tell from the profile pic too. Motorcycle racing, I think. All right, here we go. Clutch serving from TIAFOE. I think that's going to make the difference here. You know, he's finding himself down positions he might not necessarily need to be, but he's which both guys are doing, to be frank, but to be frank again. But he's being clutch when he's down those tough spots. Backhand goes to the backhand TIAFOE cross court, backhand FOKINA. Backhand TIAFOE, backhand slice FOKINA. Forehand TIAFOE, forehand FOKINA cross court goes to forehand TIAFOE. No way. I thought he missed it. He made it. That guy being lenient. I thought it was out. FOKINA can't believe it. They should show the line call here. I mean, I'm sure it was in. I mean, I guess I could believe that caught, but it looked out. FOKINA was fist bumping. He was so sure. FOKINA looked bewildered. I'm a bit bewildered. I mean, Hawkeye is definitely not perfect, but it looked out even on the replay. I guess I could see it in, but I would have called it out. Like, you want to call it out when you're sure. If I saw that, I would have called it out. It just looked like it bounced out of the line. But 6-5. What was your first tennis racket, Anthony? I've always played with Wilson. Maybe that's why I've always liked Federer, but I've always played with Wilson. I'm playing with Babolat. Can't remember the exact type of Wilson, but yeah, I actually just starting today was my first match playing with the old racket bag that I used to use as a teenager and as a kid again. I've been playing with this new one, but it's gotten all torn up, and I found my old one in my basement. I'm playing with it again. So I was happy to get the dub with the old one, but yeah, Wilson, good old Wilson rackets, just pretty small frame. I like to use a really light grip or a light racket. Pretty medium sized grip, but mine was an Yvonne Lendl Adidas racket. Yeah, mine was a Federer Wilson. I mean, Roger's always been my guy with tennis. Like I can't separate Roger from tennis. I can't separate tennis from Roger. When I think of tennis, I think of Roger. I really can't separate the two things, which says a lot. Like now, when I think of basketball, I think of Steph Curry. Like that's what I think true greatness is. Like if you can define a sport like that, I don't know. I can't really think of. I mean, that doesn't mean you're the greatest of all time. Which is you could equally value in greatness for sure. But I really value that kind of greatness where you can like be one of the greatest ever and just like change the game completely. Well, it's definitely something that Federer did. So I cannot think of tennis without thinking of Federer. Like not even for a second. 15 love. here for Fokina, starting off the game strong. Forehand of TIAFOE goes to the back of Fokina. Wow. TIAFOE goes for a squash and completely whiffs the ball, but that was a hell of a backhand from Fokina. Backhand's been on tonight. It's one of the better backhands on tour, Fokina's. All right, this could be a really, really interesting tiebreaker here. I just have the feeling that it could be really interesting. Full of drama, maybe. Forehand goes to the backhand of Fokina, cross court, backhand of TIAFOE. Good net coverage there, real low. That's too low because it hits the net. What do you love? Backhand Fokina, it's in the net. Play 15. Tiebreaker, then going 3, maybe. Is that your call, Joe? You think Fokina's got the second set? Let's see. There's a big reaction from Foe after winning the first. I'm sure he would even much more want the second set. Goes out from Fokina. It's a double fault from Fokina. You better be careful here. It's 40-30 now. Backhand up high to the forehand of Fokina. Wow. Davidovich Fokina falling apart at the end here. Deuce. 2 points away, TIAFOE. It's unusual. That is not what you want to see. Forehand goes to the forehand of Fokina. Backhand TIAFOE. Backhand Fokina. Backhand to backhand. Backhand slice. Fokina goes to backhand slice. TIAFOE. Forehand inside out. Big shot from Fokina. Not done yet is the Spaniard. Avoids a match point. Some good slices there. 100%. No third set. Let me know what you guys think. I kind of feel like there might be. I still am going to stick with my initial guess. I think it's going to be a third set. Well, let's see. I think it's going to be more about TIAFOE than about Fokina, to be honest. I don't know if TIAFOE is going to put this away. That's just my feeling. I might be wrong. Certainly doesn't there with the forehand in the net. 6-6. All right, let me know. What do you guys think is going to be the score in this tiebreaker? Whoever gets the closest, I'll shout you out in the chat. Or I'll shout you out. I'm going to say 10-8 Fokina. My guess has been locked in. 10-8 for Davidovich Fokina. Let me know what you guys think. Who's winning this tiebreaker? Serve, backhand. That's back inside for Fokina. 1-0 TIAFOE. TIAFOE 7-4 in the tiebreaker. 7-5 Fokina. Okay. Well, very different guesses so far. All 3 of ours. I like it. Keep it coming. Let me know what's going to be scoring this breaker. If you say the score after this point, then I'm not even going to count it. Let me know what's going to be the score. I mean, TIAFOE being up 1-0 doesn't really give much away. But if one more point is played, I'm not really going to count yours. I'm going to say 10-8 Fokina. Let's see. Serve down the tee. Forehand of Fokina goes to backhand TIAFOE. Forehands well along from Fokina. 2-0. 2-0 TIAFOE. Serve here from Davidovich Fokina. Ooh, TIAFOE goes for a big forehand down the line, misses it. 2-1. Still plenty of time for Fokina to come back and make this a match. Second serve here from Big Foe. Forehand of Fokina goes to the back end of TIAFOE. Backhand. Backhand TIAFOE again goes to the backhand slice now. Fokina. Backhand TIAFOE. Cross court again. Backhand slice battle now. Neither guy really going for it. Forehand cross court goes to forehand of Fokina. Backhand into the net from TIAFOE. 2-2. All to play for. 2-2. Once again, guys, if you have enjoyed it, I would appreciate if you guys would leave a like. It does help out the channel. And thanks for joining in. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for something, hopefully. Hopefully I can stream tomorrow because I'll be busy on other days. But hopefully tomorrow I can stream something. I'll be watching Nissimova Andreeva. Maybe I'll just go ahead and do that one. Let me know. Should I do a Nissimova Andreeva? Back in cross court. Ooh, Fokina misses down the line. I could also do Djokovic. Could also do Tsitsipas Korda, but it's not that interesting. I'm not gonna lie. It's also early. Not early, but it's earlier than I probably want. Yeah, I'm either gonna do Djokovic. Paul Cerundolo is good. Yeah, I'll either do Djokovic, Paul, or Anisimova. I think. Raducanu is good too, but Raducanu Kessler is gonna be good. But no, I'll do Djokovic, Paul, or Anisimova. I'll probably do Anisimova. Should be some WTA streams on the channel too. I just haven't had much of a chance to watch them. I haven't had much of a chance to watch many ATP matches either on stream. It's another return miss from TIAFOE. I'm always up for watching Andreeva. Hell yeah. Nerves kicking in. Yeah. That's what I was kind of saying. TIAFOE, I just don't know if I've had the feeling he's going to put this away, but yeah, Andreeva Nisimova is really good, I reckon. I reckon I should do that one. And then maybe later on I can do Djokovic, assuming he gets past Hugo Carabelli. I'm assuming that one's not going to be that interesting. And then Paul Cerundolo is really good, actually, but I think Nisimova Andreeva makes the most sense. I'll probably do that one. I'll try to get a new Tennis Air podcast filmed before then, and then I'll go on to stream that. I can talk about the state of Miami so far, and then also that can be one portion of the podcast, and then also then just general predictions for the rest of the tournament. And then also the other half can be Alcaraz versus Goffin and what happened and where I think what I think about Alcaraz right now. I think that'd be pretty good. Backhand slice goes to forehand. TIAFOE inside out is a great shot. Fokina defending forehand cross court. Fokina with a squash shot. Open stance slide. 4-3 TIAFOE wins the point. As Fokina shot hits the ground. TIAFOE serving for a 6-3 lead and 3 match points if he can get there. Right now it's 4-3. Some good athleticism on display from Fokina, but I mean, maybe he'd be winning points in gymnastics, but in tennis, he lost that point 1-0. And it's 4-3 in the second set tiebreaker here in the tennis score. TIAFOE 3 points away, and right now it's important. He was already been 3 points away once. He was 2 points away. He's 3 points away. It's his serve. It's kind of a weird forehand placement there. Backhand cross scores a better shot. It's a hell of a shot from Fokina, though, and TIAFOE misses it long. I don't know why TIAFOE decided to hit there to that part of the court with his forehand initially. That kind of what started the whole chain of events there. I mean, Fokina's talented enough that if you give him an inch, he could go a mile, and I just don't know why you want to give him that inch. TIAFOE should have put that cross court all day. I don't know why he goes like pretty central there when that's right where Fokina is. Like the point of tennis is to hit it where your opponent is not, right? Backhand, yeah. Fokina goes for a big backhand down the line. It's not the right shot. It's not the right shot. It's not the right shot. 4-5. No real reason to do that, as far as I'm concerned. Just low margin. I don't know. Is Conchita the best WTA coach? Andreeva, please. Okay. I'll try to do an Anisimova Andreeva. Sounds good. I'll be watching that one anyway. So, all right, sounds good. I'll do Andreeva Anisimova. Is Conchita, if I can, I'm pretty sure I can. Conchita the best WTA coach? Might be. No. Oh, what a shot from TIAFOE as Fokina finds himself on the ground for the umpteenth time in his career. For the umpteenth time in his career, to the point where there's a whole Twitter page dedicated to Fokina diving for no reason. 6-4 TIAFOE, 2 match points. Fokina serve. 2 match points. Fokina with the serve. A wide 6-5. TIAFOE misses the first one. An hour and 59 minutes. We are 1 minute away from 2 hours. Why do I keep muting myself? Dang it. Anthony went mute right at the end too. Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, Joe. Sorry guys. I don't know why I muted myself there. I don't know how, but anyway. Join in for tomorrow, Andrea versus Nisimova. I'll be back to commentate that one. Hopefully not on mute. I'll see you guys for that one. Thanks for joining in. It was TIAFOE over Fokina in straight sets. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys at the next one.